Do you really want the truth? We were once the most successful and famous team in Australian sport. The team of the heroes, Brock, Lowndes, Scaife, Tander, and we lost our way. We're here to rebuild that. We're here to take this team, Walkinshaw Andretti United, back to the top. I'm Bruce Stewart. I'm the CEO of Walkinshaw Andretti United. We were the Holden racing team, the most popular team, the famous team, the winningest team. It was a huge team to be in, and it's amazing how those times go past. We lost the Holden racing team mental. It was a huge moment, one of those crises moments where you either run away or you turn around and you fight. Thankfully, the Walkinshaw family were here to fight.
I'm Adrian DeLuca, the Director of the Prototyping and Cloud Engineering team, otherwise known as PACE, in Asia Pacific, and we help customers invent and innovate. An innovative leader's job is to help their team climb an unseeable mountain, and at times is to help them overcome insurmountable challenges. It's clear that Bruce understands what success is all about. It's about winning, but it's about doing it through experimentation and empowerment.
The objective is clear. Take this once great team back to the top. Supercars is special. It evokes passion. It evokes all that tribal nature of these families, and it's ultra competitive. It's also very entrepreneurial. So teams fight against each other for centimetres. They fight for tenths of a second. It's a team sport. It's not just the driver. Every single element, every single person has a role to play. Over the past 5 years, we've been building. We've been inching our way forwards. We've taken our team from mid-pack, and now we're on the edge of the very front runners. I'm very passionate about our people. I believe it's the single asset that we can find a competitive difference. A lot of things are controlled in supercars, but people make the difference. But the other element is we're in competitive sport. Decision-making is hard. Technology helps us make those decisions, evoke the best from our team. More often, we really encourage experimentation and innovation and allow people to create the opportunity.
To invent, you have to experiment. And if you know in advance that it's going to work, then it's not an experiment.
My name's Carl Foe. I'm team principal here at Walkinshaw Andretti United.
Carl Foe is an enigma. Carl has so much going on in his head. He has huge motorsport experience.
One of the big things that we have got as a culture is being able to look at new techniques and different methods of getting to the outcome that we need. And the outcome really is winning races. To be able to do that, you've got to empower people to make decisions, to make mistakes. You have to experiment in everything that you do to understand how to go better at it.
My name's Adam Austin. I've worked here at Walkinshaw for 7 years. I'm a senior engineer.
Adam, after hours, great bloke. You should see him on the dance floor. It's amazing. He's been a data engineer. He's been a race engineer. He's been a simulation specialist. And he is really one of the key code developers here.
I've got the advantage of having lived at the coalface, running a car as a race engineer. I also have the advantage of understanding the systems behind the scenes and how they all work. My position allows me to integrate those two things and come up with the best solutions that allow our current race engineers to get the most out of the cars.
Marginal gains, that's what our sport is built on. It's the difference between winning and losing.
You know, it's hard to find marginal gains in one big hit. It's about continuous improvement, week on week, experiment after experiment. You know, in motorsport, while every team is trying to find marginal gains, it's those that take big, bold bets that realised outsized outcomes. And that's what we saw with Carl. The results of experimentation are relative. For Carl, a tenth of a second in lap time makes the difference between coming first or coming fourth. And being on the bleeding edge using new and emerging technologies can make all the difference.
AWS is an amazing partner of Walkinshaw Andretti United. It fills a level that we can't have in-house. And so doing that together is an amazing string to the bow.
Radio check now, 8-1.
Communication during a race is quite difficult. We have open channels to the other team, so we can hear all 24 cars that are on track, and from those cars we can hear what strategy decisions they're making. That feeds directly into how we operate the race and how we go out and try to outmaneuver our competition. The issue we have is that we only have 4 or 5 people that are actually listening to all of that chatter. So when you've got 4 or 5 people listening to 24 cars, it can become quite cumbersome to actually decode all of that information and present it in a way that allows effective decisions to be made.
So rather than have maybe 10 different audio channels going into the engineers' ears and trying to decipher that, as well as taking on all the load of the rest of the work they're doing, we decided that there must be a better way. And that's when we partnered with AWS.
We had a little bit of a go at trying to come up with some sort of voice-to-text system. Talking to AWS about that problem allowed a whole solution space to open up.
We find most organisations understand the imperative to innovate, but they might lack the skills, methods, or willingness to shoulder the risks of failure. This is where my team comes in. Whether you're a racing team or an enterprise, being able to take a real use case and put it in a controlled environment builds real confidence.
Partnership's an interesting word in sport. In other sports, partnership just talks to stickers on a wall or on Guernseys or on shorts. But for us, partnerships are real when they help you have a competitive edge.
So working with AWS, a really like-minded company, the prototyping team were so like the team that we've got here, in not afraid to fail, being able to go out there and explore ideas, test them and see if they can work.
Once we had a solution mostly developed, we had a test day. Unfortunately, it was clear on the test day that the solution wasn't quite ready. We understood the problem on the day, went away, reconfigured our solution, came back and solved it the next time out. We call the solution Transcribe. It effectively takes all of the radio communication from all of the cars in the field, condenses it down and processes it into a text form that can be displayed on our data stations in front of our race engineers in real time.
And that device then can be layered with some logic on top of it. Are the others talking about pitting? Are they talking about weather? Are they their tyre condition? Are they having to fuel save?
Transcribe is a bit of a game changer for us. We'll be able to analyse what other teams are saying and what communications they're using, and that'll give us a hint into exactly what they mean compared to what they say over the radio.
The test day is the final test for the software, for the production environment, and then we'll roll that into racing.
So we're here at Sydney Motorsport Park today, the first test day of 2025. Cars are on track right now and we're starting the learning for the year. I'm in here converting our prototype Transcribe into the real thing.
Recognising deficiencies or failures during experimentation is important, and not waiting months or days, but sometimes hours and minutes. These are critical points to make pivots. Acting with that speed, with that sense of urgency, allows you to learn so much more in a short period of time. What we learnt most about working with Walkinshaw and Andretti United is not only that shared sense of working with pace and speed, but working with true partnership. Whether you're racing to the end of a finish line or to the top of your industry, what matters is being able to explore all of your ideas and empowering your team to experiment.
My name's Chaz Mostert. I drive for Walkinshaw and Andretti United in the Mobil 1 Optus Mustang. But technology in the team is something that's quite massive.
G'day, Ryan Wood, driver for Walkinshaw and Andretti United. It's a pretty cool experience when you're one of the drivers because it sort of revolves around you a little bit, but there's so much more to it than just us.
I think technology is incredibly important. To be able to rely on cold, hard facts, maths doesn't lie.
Ultimately, we're a relatively small technical team. Being able to leverage our partnership with AWS to improve all of our tools, improve our technology is extremely important for the success of the team.
The partnership with AWS is a superpower for us. There are no longer questions that are just too hard to be answered. It's such an amazing tool in our pocket and an amazing opportunity to crawl and scratch our way to the top of the mountain.